Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video of Clash Royale. Today we're pushing past the Legends and we are currently on the third step of Royal Champion. We'll hopefully get this next reward up here and we'll be using this 3 Musketeer deck. We got the Evolution Bats along with the new Little Prince. So with that being said, let's get started. This is a pretty good deck if you want to try a Little Prince plus 3 Musketeers. This deck kind of makes 3 Musketeers as a backup win condition actually, since Little Prince just does such a good job on his own. It's crazy. He starts out with Royal Recruits. Normally, you want to wait until double elixir before you do 3 Musketeer pushes, but heavy defense. I probably should put 2 Musketeers on the left-hand side and 1 on the right, but it is what it is, so we gotta be careful of that. On second thoughts, maybe we're good. Hopefully that Royal Prince doesn't use his ability. He does, but Musketeer's gonna do a pretty good job at taking him out. There we go. We're going to get some nice chip damage on the right-hand side. In return, I'll let him get some chip damage on my left-hand tower. His Little Prince is level 13. This is a champion card, so it is really hard to get it to level 14 because it takes 20 champion cards, which not everyone has. I didn't either. I had a book of books, which I had from an old past, which they don't have anymore, which is really unfortunate. We use Goblin Gang to counter this. Alright. Now we're going to take some damage. That's fine. The Little Prince is going to do a pretty good job at reducing damage. We are losing our lead, but we do have a nice juicy elixir pump, which is excellent news. We use the Prince ability at the bridge. There we go, just to counter all those Royal Recruits he placed onto my Prince. And the Guardian plus those bats are going to be devastating on the left-hand tower if he doesn't do anything. There we go, he runs out of his fireball, which means I can place down another elixir collector. The whole point, that's not normally going to happen. Normally we're going to use the elixir collector to bait out their fireball, but in this case, he was desperate, so he had to use fireball. He's going to use arrows to counter this Goblin Gang. What's this? Oh yeah, he has Barbarian Barrel. I kind of do miss Monk. Let me put down some Musketeers in the back. I'm going to start pushing. Sub Elixir is about to hit. But I do miss Monk since we do get some of those nice spell reflections. Whenever I build these pushes, I put Little Prince with the single hand. And actually, no, I do it the other way around, but this does a pretty good job. Actually, either way works, but it depends on how heavy of a push you want to build. He's going to play some recruits. Those bats are going to be devastating. There we go. Those bats have full health, and they're just going to stay onto the field until he does something. He needs to use a spell or something. There's his fireball, so we can just keep pushing him. This guy is getting pretty desperate. This push just overwhelms him. He can't do anything. He's just running out of counters whenever I play something, so I'm just going to keep spamming. But now, since he did counter me pretty well, I did get a lot of damage. I'm going to put Little Prince here for Royal Hogs, and I can use his Guardian ability. Okay. Nope. Elixir pump, defensive elixir pump. Make sure we counter that, and make sure he just can't get through. All right, we'll just put a giant down on the bridge, make it look hopeless. He had Inferno. I'm surprised he didn't use that during my push, but there we go. First game of today. Nice. Give him a thumbs up because he was a good sport. And my pushes were just too powerful for him. All right, hopefully we'll get 2 more wins. I think I'm just going to keep going until I get that 10,000 elite wildcards. I do have to make up for it, upgrading my Little Prince to level 15. So this is gonna be a great opportunity for that. Or just going to cycle the pump. That's how I start every game, just cycle the pump. He does have the log, which is fine. I'm going to cycle without aggravating him. Okay. Yep, I probably should have saved that zap for one of these wall breakers. We're going to take some damage, but that's fine. Oh, the evolved archers. You really don't... you don't really notice them, do you? I mean, personally, I don't really notice them. I'm gonna put the pump in the middle in case he has a miner. Yep, but he didn't use the miner on my pump. He does have poison, which will counter Little Prince, but it's not the end of the world. Put Giant in front. That probably was a mistake because if he logs and kills our Prince, actually, no, I'm so stupid. He has the Guardian. Wait, okay, Guardian ability doesn't completely wipe out my my Goblin Gang. Please get a hit. Oh, Giant doesn't even get a hit. What? That's just... Come on, Giant. I was suggested you could also use Goblin Giant. We're going to use a bandit to try to bridge if we can. Okay. But I would suggest that we could also use Goblin Giant in this deck. That is a good idea, but I do like the 5 elixir for Giant, and Giant does give so much value for the amount of health he gives. He has like 1,000 more health than the... Okay, we're going to take some damage, that's fine. But he has like 1,000 more health than the Goblin Giant, and is 1 elixir cheaper. I'm more focused on the cost because 3 Musketeer pushes are expensive, which is a real shame. We're going to be taking a lot of damage in this game. It's not the end of the world, guys. We can take it. It's just ship damage, you know? You know, it's 3/4 of our tower. Double elixir is about to come. I'm going to get another pair of... I'm going to get down another pump before I do a 3 Musketeer push. And cycle to my evolved bats. I haven't been using bats too much in this game. Didn't really need them. Which means they're not evolved. Counter that. Little Prince. Or that miner. There we go. We baited out his poison, which is excellent news. You know why? We can now put down 3 Musketeers in the back safely and do a dual lane push. He does have those archers. The archers, the only real reason to use them is because of their extended sight range. But like other than that, they're kind of useless. He does use his log, which means that can just be annoying. Crap, he does have poison. 2 Musketeers on the left-hand side might be devastating. Gatebird weren't devastating, but they did some. This thing. Down 2 Musketeers. I'm putting them in front because in case he pushes me, just like that, you know. Make sure that was wall breaker. Please don't. Okay. Little Prince ability once I can afford it. There we go. When we got a nice dual lane push going on, I'm going to save my Goblin Gang. Oh! The Guardian connects to the tower. The right hand push is looking promising. He has to defend, but he can't. There we go. I thought I was going to lose that match, but we did make a nice comeback. This deck, the pushes are just so powerful. Basically, put Giant with 2 Musketeers, Little Prince on the other one, depending on what kind of push you want to make. If you want to make a heavy push, you can put them all together, but if your opponent does have a big spell, consider not putting a Giant, or consider not putting too much value for them, unless if you can bait it or if you don't have a heavy spell. This is hopefully the last game. If we can win, please. Cycling to pump without aggravating them. Use a Little Prince to take out those 3 barbarians on the left hand side, and we'll also use bats to take out those other 2 barbarians on the right hand. There we go. He has Little Prince. Everyone's running Little Prince, but not everyone has it to level 14. If you don't have Little Prince to a high enough level, you could consider using other cards like the Monk or maybe even the Solo Musketeer. There we go. I wanted to make sure that his Little Prince did not get to my side of the river because he can be devastating if he gets too far. Oh, this guy. What's he running? 3 Musketeers maybe? Maybe. No, actually, I think he's running Golem. He's running a Golem deck. So he was running a weird 3 Musketeer deck for a second. We'll just cycle to another pump. He's going to tornado to that tower. Oh, or not. So he's going to get a King Tower activation. But the bats were just too devastating. He had to take them all out in one fair swoop. Got 2 pumps on the field. If he plays it down a pump, I'll make him regret it. Or I'll make him regret playing Golem down. That won't take down the tower, but it'll do a good amount. And we got to get ready for that Golem. That Golem is going to be devastating. So let's prep. Bats. Gonna be some nice value. 3 Musketeers. This is a air push, I see. So we'll just use air troops to counter it. I should have used the Little Prince ability, but it's fine. Zap that Little Prince so he doesn't get his Guardian. And I don't think he can't afford Barbarians, so I'm going to try to rush him if I can. Please don't afford Barbarians. Okay, he couldn't. He was just 1 elixir shy because otherwise he would have used a Barbarian to counter that. And those 2 Musketeers are devastating. There we go. I'm going to play some 3 Musketeers in the back. And he has a pump down. He's going to have trouble justifying that cost. In this example, we're going to let that single Musketeer on the left-hand side do whatever she wants. Well, we make a giant push on the right-hand side. Do you know why? Because he's going to use Barbarians on the right-hand side, and we're going to need the Little Prince ability to disarm them, just like so. But my zap was wasted. It's all fine. His Barbarians just got away because the Little Prince's ability is knockback. It's just so powerful. The Guardian, I think she's going to get some massive nerfs in the future. Just a knockback. Maybe just elixir, an extra elixir will make it bounce. And there we go. 3rd game. And we can now finally receive those 10,000 elite wildcards. It's not quite what I need to recompensate for upgrading my prince all the way. But there we go. We got a huge amount of lead card wild cards. I could get like another 7 cards maxed out. I'm just waiting for the next balance update. So before I upgrade any decks. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure to leave this video a like. And my name is David, and I'll see you guys all in the next video of Clash Royale. Bye-bye.